here, and this is the life and times of Ricardo the pool boy. Whack ass, bullshit accent, fake shit. Fuck it. I've been laughing about that shit for weeks. Okay, here's the story: the life and times of Ricardo the pool boy. Ricardo the pool boy wrestled with words. They were a grizzly bear, and he never knew what to say to his boss lady. His friend Jose used to cut her grass and clip her hedges. He told his amigo, "She very nice. Just keep the lawn neat, and you be okay." That's what he did at first, and the boss lady really wasn't that nice. She used her money and power to mistreat people. She took him from the job he loved most. Always laying out in the sun reading a book, she'd yell loudly, "Ricardo!" He'd come running with his net. "Yes, ma'am." He tried to keep his eyes from traveling up and down her body, while she gave him a stern talking to. "Ricardo, you have to be the dumbest pool boy to ever pick up a leaf net or change a filter." "What'd I do wrong?" he asked. "Oh, never mind," she said. Ricardo's friend Jose was fired when her husband caught them in an uncompromising position called doggy style. Her husband vowed that no more Mexicans would ever set foot on their property ever again. Yeah, right, the boss lady ruled the roost. What she said goes, and Jose never came back, but it wasn't long before he referred Ricardo. The boss lady told all of her highfalutin friends that he was the most ignorant Hispanic to ever run a lawnmower or weed eater. Ricardo skipped over streaks of grass so often that these smart, wealthy friends of her started to question her power, saying she'll let anybody mow the lawn at her residence. Truthfully, she would have got rid of him, but the boss lady still went to see Jose every once in a while, when her husband was away. She didn't want to get rid of his friend. That's how Ricardo got switched up to pool boy. He started out cleaning everything spick and span, then his stupidity started to resurface, as he'd leave a leaf here and a dead bug floating there. The boss lady thought he was ugly. She really wanted another stud like Jose, but no such luck. Ricardo would never get a piece, but still he got paid. She and all those friends of hers thought Ricardo was dumb and couldn't understand English good. With the pool clean, she'd order him to be their waiter. Ricardo understood all of their cruel jokes. For 10 years or more, he cut grass for other people. Being reduced to a picked-on pool boy hurt him very badly. Many times he fantasized about drowning himself in the boss lady's swimming pool, becoming that floating dead bug left behind himself. When Ricardo got off work, he had a special woman friend he called Mama. She was older, a white lady, 18 years his senior. Mama was smart as a whip, just like the boss lady, only Mama was a very down-to-earth person who tried to be kind to everyone. She was much older than Ricardo, yet she was very attractive. More than her dark hair, small firm breasts, and long legs, Ricardo loved how she listened as he pressed his face in her bosom, crying his eyes out, telling her how that mean, awful boss lady hurt his feelings. Mama told him, "You've got to stick up for yourself." Ricardo knew this was true, but there was just too much to lose, being the boss lady knew he was illegal. If he spoke up and defied her authority, she would get revenge against him one way or another. Possibly he would never see his sharp, wise, beautiful Mama ever again. Before it was all over, Ricardo didn't have to say a word. The loony bat boss lady yelled out his name repeatedly. "Ricardo! Ricardo, come here!" When he arrived by the pool, he saw her standing there, pointing down at the water. Looking down, he saw yet another dead bug, this one floating on its back. She said, "This is becoming inexcusable." Going on, she tells him, "You were never much to look at, and that's fine, but your stupidity and making countless mistakes is just uncalled for." "You're fired, Ricardo," she said, "but I'd like for you to get this bug out before you leave." The boss lady said, "You owe me that much," before she walked inside the house through the sliding glass door. Oh, Ricardo owed her all right, and he didn't care about being deported anymore. Instead of taking a dump in the nasty porta potty she got for the help, Ricardo pulled down his shorts and dropped a log in the pool. Before he left, Ricardo burned out in his hoopty, doing donuts across the boss lady's fresh cut lawn, yelling out the window, "Fuck you, grass! Fuck you, grass!" Maybe he'd have to go back to Mexico and never see his wise, sexy mama ever again. But that day he couldn't wait to tell her how he stood up for himself against that mean, evil boss lady. Okay, that was the life and times of Ricardo the pool boy. Thanks for listening. Bye.